I shouldn't tell you this,
but I'm cheating and using two films. The two films,
Very nice, very nice.
and
2187.
are as much of a duo as R2-D2 and C-3PO. Both films were made by Arthur Lipsett in 1961 and 1963. Both films were created entirely using only found footage.
Well, frankly, folks, there are no secrets. They're just the plain, simple, everyday facts of life. They always have been. I presume they always will be.
Originally, the films were audio-only experiments.
Everything is highly competitive. Would you like to answer that, Paul?
Then Lipsett started adding photos. And then video.
Into the strangely twisted bronze columns, it was a faith which raised the voices of men in glory.
It's disorienting, hypnotic, creative, and the filmmakers who watched it said,
"It's really nice to look at."
Arthur Lipsett used creative editing techniques and unique sound design to make something that inspired some of the greatest film minds we have ever seen. They all agreed,
This is good, let's have more of it. And somebody walks up and you say, your number's 2187, isn't it? Boy, does that person really smile.
while the techniques were nothing new, Lipsett's edits were nothing but unique. He was able to use the juxtaposition of images to create brand new stories. Sometimes his films are humorous.
Pardon?
Another one.
Sometimes they are thought-provoking.
What do you intend to be?
I don't know.
He said, geez, I'm being smothered by society. I want to be an individual. So I'll do something holy. I would say that's a dangerous thing.
And sometimes they're just plain weird. Lipsett touches nearly every human emotion in the combined 17 minutes of runtime.
This is my line, and I love it.
Every sequence is different. The audience is not given time to stop and think.
Your endocrine system, your secretion system, your reproductive system.
Let me put it this way, I don't think there's a deep concern about anything.
And it is all edited together in a way that captivates and invites creativity.
I have found something even more satisfying than that.
What is it?
Lipsett's films push the envelope on sound design, mix dialogue, sounds, and visuals to all tell a new story.
In this city marches an army whose motto is
Oftentimes, these sounds and images contradicted each other.
But if you feel well, you know inevitably whatever's going to happen, you feel well anyway.
Sometimes the sounds are just experimental.
Keep moving right ahead, please.
Arthur pushed the use of non-diegetic sounds, sounds that were heard but not shown. For example, in this sequence, we do not hear a circus nor a man standing outside, but we hear what sounds like an old film projector. This led up-and-coming editors such as Walter Murch to use sounds in ways that hadn't been done before, like a train going silent to emphasize tension. Or a train getting louder to increase chaos.
Mettiamo tutto a posto. Sti fissaria, siete finiti.
In both these scenes, no train is ever seen, only heard. It was Lipsett's unique sound design that inspired many who came after him.
Really?
The more determined among us are doing something about it.
Many filmmakers were inspired by Lipsett's films 2187 and Very Nice, Very Nice. One very famous one that I think
you ought to see it sometime. It's a sight. Dr. Strangelove. Or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and
Love the bomb.
The great Stanley Kubrick was inspired by the editing techniques used in Very Nice, Very Nice.
Hey, what about Major Kong?
Again. From the calm music used over bombings to the way the trailer was cut,
Bass.
Many things were inspired by Very Nice, Very Nice.
10 females to each male.
Kubrick said that Very Nice, Very Nice was the most imaginative and brilliant use of movie screen and soundtrack that he had ever seen.
Blast off!
However, Lipsett's 2187 went on to inspire an even bigger movie.
Oh!
Yep, one of the biggest films ever made.
Where are you taking this?
You know where. That's right. George Lucas, while he was in college, described 2187 as a film that he would have liked to make. An abstract and off-the-wall kind of film. While Star Wars is not nearly as an abstract film as 2187, the influences can be seen everywhere in Star Wars.
We gotta find out which cell this princess of yours is in. Here it is. 2187. You go and get her. I'll hold him here. Did you see that? 2187.
Even today, modern Star Wars films call back to Lipsett.
You remember me?
FN2187.
Yep, Finn's stormtrooper name.
FN2187.
There are even characters who are said to have originated from George Lucas watching 2187. Does this guy look familiar? Yep, even C-3PO was inspired by Arthur Lipsett.
Now don't you forget this.
And the very fundamental idea of the Force is said to have come from this quote from 2187.
Many people feel that in sort of the contemplation of nature and in communication with other living things, they become aware of some kind of force or something behind this apparent mask.
So while Very Nice, Very Nice and 2187 are not very well-known films, their uniqueness changed film history through creative editing, unique sound design,
Warmth and brightness will return, and renewal of the hopes of men.
No!
Arthur Lipsett managed to inspire some of the greatest films in history.
Warmth and brightness will return, and renewal of the hopes of men.
Bravo. Very nice, very nice.